Hello everyone, welcome to your English class. Dear students, today we will do the explanation of a poem, The Wind and the Moon, written by George MacDonald. Dear students, as you all must have seen the moon shining up in the sky when the night is very clear and full of stars shining bright in the sky, isn't it? You all must have seen it and you all must have loved the sight of the brightly shining moon, isn't it? But in this poem, you will know that there is someone who does not like moon. You must be thinking, who is that person who does not like moon? Moon is such a beautiful thing. It shines. It's a natural thing, natural satellite of our earth, and it looks beautiful when it shines in the clear star night. Now let's discuss about this poem and let's know who is that person. Set the wind through the moon. I will blow you out. You stare in the air like a ghost in a chair, always looking what I am about. I hate to be washed, I'll blow you out. Now, here in this first para, the wind is speaking to the moon that I will blow you out. I will blow you out because you stare at me, you uh, you stand still, you sit still in the place where you are, but you continuously stare at me, and I don't like that. I don't like to be watched. When whatever I'm doing, it feels as if you are um, watching continuously, and that I don't like. So I will blow you out. Blow out means to um, beat something, to remove something from a place. The wind blew hard, and out went the moon, so deep on a heap of clouds to sleep. Down lay the wind and slumbered soon, muttering low, I've done for the moon. Now, in stanza number 2, the poet is saying that the wind blew harder and harder, and then the clouds gathered and covered the moon. As the moon was covered by the clouds, it went to sleep. Means it went. It was not being visible in the clouds. And then, when it was not visible in the clouds, the wind also laid down to sleep. Slumber means to sleep. The wind also went down to sleep. And it was muttering that I have done for the moon. I have made the arrangements for the moon today. He turned in his bed. She was there again. On high in the sky with her one ghost eye, the moon shone white and alive and plain. Said the wind, I will blow you out again. And this third stanza, the poet is saying that when the wind was turning in his bed, he saw that the moon has risen up again in the sky, and it is looking clear white with a plain face, and it was looking very alive. Seeing this, the wind said that I will blow you out again. The wind decided that she will blow the moon out again. The wind blew hard and the moon grew dim. With my sledge and my wedge, I have knocked off her edge. If only I blow right fierce and grim, the creature will soon be dimmer than dim. In this stanza, the poet is saying that the wind blew harder and harder, and the moon started growing dim. Its light started growing dim. The wind says that with my sledge and my wedge, means the tools which he is using, either made of iron or something, as we know that air cannot hold tools, but still, as it has been personified over here, so The poet of this poem has said that he used his tools to knock off her edge. To knock off, to means to end the advantages which the moon was taking on the air. She has ended those advantages. If only I blow right fierce and grim. The wind thinks to himself that if he blows right in a right way and right force and seriously, he will soon make the moon dimmer than dim. It will um, take off the light, or you can say that um, it will make the moon look dim. It will not shine bright if the wind blows harder and harder. He blew and blew. She thinned to a thread, one puff more enough to blow her to snuff. One good puff more where the last was bred, the glimmer, glimmer, glum will go the thread. Now, in this stanza, the poet is saying that the wind started thinking that now the moon has started looking like a thread, and if I will blow one more puff, it will definitely turn into powder, and this thread will also disappear in the air. Now let's move on to our next para. He blew a great blast, and the thread was gone in the air. Nowhere was a moonbeam, where far off and harmless the shy stars shone, sure and certain that the moon was gone. Now, in this para, it's being said that the air blew very fiercely, and the thread, that the moon, which was looking like a thread, it also went away. And the sky was left alone with the shining stars shining in the sky, and they were sure that the moon has gone. The wind he took to his revels once more, on down in town like a merry mad clown, he leaped and hallooed with whistle and roar, "What's that, the glimmering thread once more?" In this stanza, the poet says that after getting his rival away from him, the wind was merrymaking in the town, and it was shouting. Hallooed means shouting and whistling in the town, making noise of and showing his merriment. What's that? But just as he looks up in the sky, he sees the glimmering thread once more. He sees the thread which he has blown away in the sky. He flew in a rage, he danced and blew. But in vain was the pain of his bursting brain, for still the broader the moon's scrap grew. The broader he swelled his big cheeks and blew. Now, in this stanza, it's being said that in a very angry manner, the winds blew towards the moon so that it could blow it away again. But as much as hard as he was trying to blow away the moon, the broader the moon was getting. Slowly she grew till she filled the night and shone on her throne in the sky alone, a matchless, wonderful, silvery light, radiant and lovely, the queen of the night. Now, here in this stanza, the poet has beautifully um, depicted the moon, and she's here it's being said that she shines in the night on his lovely throne, and she is the only one who is so bright, so radiant and silvery at that night, shining in the sky. Said the wind, "What a marvel of power am I! With my breath, good faith, I blew her to death, first blew her away right out of the sky, then blew her in. What strength have I? Now, in this stanza, the poet has depicted the wind thinking to herself and praising herself, praising himself, sorry, that he is very powerful. He in this stanza, the wind is praising himself that he is so powerful that at first he blew out the moon from the sky, and now he has blown her in again. And what a strength he has now. As we have read till now, the wind was trying again and again to blow the moon away. But when the moon started shining bright again, and it took his full shape, it came on as bright as it could be. The wind started praising himself when the wind felt that it is impossible for me to remove the moon from the sky. He started praising himself that he is so powerful that he has once blown out the moon and then he has blown in the moon, means he brought the moon back in the sky. But the moon, she knew nothing about the affair, for high in the sky with her one white eye, moon motionless miles away the air, she had never heard the great wind blare. Sorry for coughing in between, dear students. Now let me explain this last stanza of this poem. But the motion, she knew nothing about the affair, for high in the sky. In this stanza, it's being said that whatever was whatever was going on, whatever the wind was trying to do, the moon did not knew anything about it, because it was very high in the air. It was so high that it cannot hear the air. It could not hear the great winds blare. Blare means shouting or saying something or doing anything. It could not hear that. So it was motionless and shining bright in the sky. I hope you all have understood this poem, dear students. Thank you and have a good day.